So many, many thanks go out to all of our sponsors, starting with Manuela King, who really envisioned this. She chairs our Streetscapes Committee for the Union Square BID, and big cheer for Manuela. Thank you. People are out enjoying it already. I've seen kids out playing and blowing bubbles and doing somersaults. It's absolutely wonderful. Thank you to all of our sponsors, really, including, again, of course, starting with the Mayor's Office and the MTA, Grants for the Arts, of course, Macy's here, 7x7, the Hotel G, and I hope I'm not forgetting anyone here, but really appreciate all of your sponsorship to make this happen. In addition to this wonderful pop-up pedestrian plaza, we're calling it, we also are featuring every night at 5 o'clock a fabulous light show here up on the Macy's men's store. And you can see it now. It runs on a loop. It'll be every night for the next month. And it's designed by, you may recognize the characters, it's designed by the Google Doodle folks, the ones that bring you the Google videos. So Immersive is the company that brings this to us. And it's quite fun. It's Jack Frost is taking you through a tour through San Francisco. So please enjoy it tonight, or come back and enjoy it every night hereafter. And we also have Off the Grid here, as you can see. They'll be here throughout the month, so come and enjoy Bites. And for a full list of events, please check out winterwalksf.com on our website. All right. So again, I was Karen Flood, Union Square BID, and it's now my distinct pleasure to introduce our mayor, Mayor Ed Lee, of the City and County of San Francisco, who, when we went to his office, about a month ago, Mayor Lee, asked you personally if you could help contribute to our Winter Walk to bring relief to these merchants on Stockton Street who have been suffering with the construction, and you certainly came through, so we are ever so grateful, Mayor Lee.
Thank you. Thank you, Karen. And thank you for all your great work at the BID as well. Happy holidays, everyone. Now, before it rains and before you say, oh, it's raining, I just want to make sure you know this because you kept hearing from me. I told you the World Series will end the drought. So it's happening, okay? It's happening. Congratulations, everyone. Welcome to our pedestrian pop-up place right here at Union Square. I want to begin by saying thank you to the Union Square merchants, the BID, for working so closely with us. But a very special thanks to Manuela King, whose vision and idea here really sparked us, and you spent countless volunteer hours just visualizing how this could happen. So I want to say just a special thank you, because it's people like you and this business like this that really care about what happens down here, what happens with our shops, but also the experience that people should have during the holidays. As Karen said, we have had going on here one of the most important transportation projects in the city's history, and certainly in this modern history, and that's our Central Subway. And I know that all of the merchants here have had a high level of tolerance when they've seen these fantastic strong cranes, these big hammers, the constant pounding of the foundational walls to get this station built. And that high degree of tolerance has been because they support the ultimate aim of the Central Subway project. It is our city's future. But also, in spite of that high tolerance as well, there has been some economic impact to a greater degree on many of the small businesses, but all the businesses that are around Union Square. And so instead of just saying sorry, I think the Central Subway team and the BID and all of our partners that Karen just named, from 7x7 and Hotel G and the Grants for the Arts, as well as others, came together and said, why don't we meet up with this challenge? Why don't we do something about it? And so, of course, a moratorium. Do you hear any pounding? No. There should be sleighs and kids and, coins, That's the sound that we want to hear during these holidays, is people having fun, listening to each other, greet each other, give each other warm holiday welcomes right here on Union Square. And so the moratorium's in effect for the next month. It is a pause, and it's been buttoned up, the entire Central Subway, not just here, but other parts of it. and for good reason. This is a time when we all should be celebrating each other and also uniting during these holidays with our families and our friends. So part of this was to do that, to announce the pause and the moratorium on this. The other was to kind of use this creative space that Manuela had so dearly spent so much time envisioning. And I came down here last Friday, by the way, and I was already jumping up and down. And Nina and I spent a few serious dollars in our local stores as a result. But we wanted to enjoy it ourselves before we announced this so that we can get a feel for what it is. It's incredible. With the lighted seating here, with the open space, I think all of the stores recognized that there was some love to be paid back with all of the construction interference that was had, and hopefully this is a part of it. The other part of that is to really invigorate this entire city of ours, all 49 square miles, with an enthusiastic initiative that we launched last week, Shop and Dine in the 49. And that's why I was down here early, because I wanted to get a start on buying gifts for my family and spending some money here and eating down here and eating throughout the rest of the city. We're doing something special here because of the construction impact, but the other special thing we're doing is to make sure all of you honor our local stores and our restaurants in the city of San Francisco. This is where you should spend your money. This is where that money will come back at you in return, with a lot of good jobs, a lot of local residents having those jobs, a lot of people being happy with making some extra bucks so that they can afford in this very expensive city. And I'm working on that affordability agenda. You know that I am. I'm going to be building a lot more housing, doing a lot of the other stuff. But a lot of the affordability agenda is reflected in this transportation project. Transportation is affordable in this city. It allows people in an affordable way to get around this entire city. So does more housing, so does parks and open space, so does increasing the minimum wage, and so does working together with all of our small businesses and our local businesses to make sure they have the economic foundation to pay the higher salaries that we're asking them and now legally requiring them to do within the next 3 years. So all of that I wanted to say with a great, great, deep thanks to all of the partners that the BID, the Central Subway team, the SFMTA, our police department who's here continuing to have a high level of safety for everyone, to all of the people around the streets, to my friends at DPW that I asked to pick up the extra overflowing trash cans that were here because people are having a lot of fun and they didn't know where to put the trash. We know where to put the trash, right? DPW Ed, DPW Ed, DPW Mohammed Ed. But I also just wanted to put in the context. These holidays and what we're creating here, I think, is very unique San Francisco. People are going to come from all over the world during the holidays, as well as from Chinatown, from North Beach, from Terraville, from Sunset, all the way down here to greet their friends, to have good reasons to be here. Have a safe, successful, warm holidays. Remember, rain is good. It's about prosperity to everyone. It's about World Series too. And to say again, whenever you come to this place, I just wanted you to know that the people who created this space had in mind to bring a lot more people together and to thank and support all of our local businesses here in Union Square. We meet challenges not with sad stories. In San Francisco, just as they did 100 years ago when they did the Panama Pacific World Fair Exposition, we celebrate by meeting these challenges with innovation. Is this park an innovation? You got to say yes, it is. And this spirit that will, I think, dominate all of our holidays. Thank you. Have a great holiday. Thank you to everybody for working together. As I've often said, 2 Eds are better than 1. Here's the other Ed working very hard. Today, we were together at the new, improved San Francisco MTA's Traffic Management Center, where we're trying to decongest our city. and we're going to do better and better with it as we get more data flowing through that center. Ed Riskin, the director of our SFMTA, and also the head of the Central Subway Project. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Happy holidays, everyone. As the mayor said, first of all, we're so delighted to be able to be a part of this. For anyone who was standing here just a few weeks ago, the thought that Stockton Street in this spot could look this way is almost unimaginable. So it's so exciting for us to be here. The mayor mentioned Central Subway is such a critically important project for the future of our city, for Union Square in particular, tremendous benefit it will bring, but really for the whole city. But we get that there's disruption that doing a project of this magnitude is going to create in a city with this density and vibrancy. As one of the former, I think it was the Union Square bid president said, we understand that the pain is worth the gain, but we get nonetheless that there is pain. So we're very grateful for the partnership that we have with the Union Square bid, with Karen and her board and her staff. They do a great job in advocating for the needs of Union Square, making sure that we're doing what we need to do to make the project as least disruptive as we possibly can, given the magnitude of the work we're doing, and be assured that she's quick to hold us to account anytime that we're not. We'll continue to do that, but this opportunity that the holiday moratorium presented with us to transform Stockton Street, not just back to how it was, but I would argue better than it was during this holiday period, to really attract and invite people to come down here to enjoy the holidays with their family and their friends, to spend their money locally. This is very happy to be a part of. We will continue to support local businesses in San Francisco. They're the lifeblood of San Francisco. They're a lot of what bring the character of San Francisco to our great city. In the transportation department, we want to do everything we can do and are doing more so with the mayor's strong direction to make sure that people can get around the city with reasonable ease and can do so safely. For the holiday season, we'll be bringing back carpool discounts at the Sutter Stockton and 5th and Mission garages. We've put in our transit-only lanes on O'Farrell, Geary, Market, and 3rd so that you can take Muni and get to and from Union Square more easily. We've got Flywheel coming into all of our taxis so that if you want to get a taxi, you can easily get to and from, and generally working to make sure that people can get around so that people who want to shop and dine locally, and I'll tell you, I do 100% of my shopping and dining here in San Francisco so that we all have the opportunity to do that and can do it in a way that's enjoyable. The last thing I'll say is we want this holiday season to be a safe one. Last year in December, we had a lot of people lose their lives just trying to get around the streets of San Francisco. The city has since embraced a concept called Vision Zero, which is a policy and a goal to eliminate traffic fatalities in the city in the next 10 years. I think the chief put out a call this morning that we should start right now this month and make sure that as we're out and about, enjoying Union Square, enjoying our great city, shopping and dining, and the great establishments of the businesses of San Francisco, that we're getting around in a way that's safe. So I encourage everyone to take your time, put your electronic device down once you walk out your door, and particularly if you're behind the wheel, so that we can all have a great, safe holiday season. Before closing, I just want to acknowledge our Central Subway Program Director, John Fungi, and his team, who worked really hard with Karen and her team to make this happen. Every time he would come and show me the renderings of this, he was like giddy with excitement, like a school kid, because as exciting as those big pile drivers that the mayor talked about are, the opportunity for us to transform such an important part of our city into such a great space for the people and the merchants of the city and everyone who visits here. It was really a wonderful opportunity. So we're grateful for it. I want to thank everyone for coming out. I want to encourage everyone to keep coming out, keep spending your money, and have a great and safe holiday season. Thank you.
So thank you again, and so much, and to your team, really, for believing in us and buttoning up the street in the last couple of weeks and presenting the Winter Walk. John Fungi and Jane Wang is here as well, and Betty and Janice. So thank you. Really appreciate that. And of course, Mayor Lee, thank you again for being here this evening, for your kind words, for your support for this project. We really, really appreciate that. And again, to all of our sponsors, thank you for your support. And thank all of you for coming. And with that, I invite you to enjoy the rest of the evening. We have food trucks here, so please try out the various different options. Please view the beautiful projection light art up here. Enjoy that. And if you're joining us at the Hotel G, that'll start at 6 o'clock just up the street. Thanks again. Have a safe and festive holiday season.